Hello, friends. I'm so glad to see you again. Today we are going to do a little bit of a different writing exercise. What I would like you to do is find a white piece of paper. Just a plain piece of paper, a lined piece of paper is also fine, because today we're going to only do the brainstorm for our writing. So please pause the video now if you don't have a white piece of paper or a lined piece of paper, and go get one. All right, let's get started. The first thing I'd like you to do is think in your mind about a tasty treat that you just love. Let me write tasty treat in the oval in the center. And instead of you writing tasty treat, you write what food. So draw an oval, and I'd like you to write in there what your favorite tasty treat is. Now, yours might be different than mine. That's fine. Variety is great. So the tasty treat that I am going to brainstorm about today is popcorn. I just love popcorn. Do you like popcorn? I do. So here I'm going to write in my tasty treat. Take a moment and think about what food is your very favorite. Something that you can, oh my, when you think about it, it just fills your imagination. It makes you so happy to think about eating that food. Perhaps it's something sweet. Perhaps it's something that is a dinner like spaghetti, or maybe a breakfast like waffles. Maybe it's a treat like ice cream or brownies. You choose whatever tasty treat you like. So please write your tasty treat in the oval you just drew. If you need a little more time, you can always pause my video and come back. Today we're going to be examining that food with our 5 senses. Our 5 senses are smelling and seeing and hearing and touching and tasting. Okay, so we are going to describe our food using the 5 senses. The first thing I'd like you to write about is, what does that food taste like? So I'm going to draw a little pair of lips here to remind me that this is about the taste. So I would like you please to draw some lips too. And remember that we are going to write about what the taste of the food is. Let me pull my screen up slightly. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to use a different pen to write what the taste is. And I'd like you to write what the taste is of your food. If I put the popcorn in my mouth, I think it tastes buttery. I think it tastes salty. So I'm going to write buttery and salty. You know, in fact, I've got other pens here. Let me choose a different color. See what other colors I have in here. Maybe a blue. Let's see if this blue works. Okay, so while I'm writing, I'd like you also to write underneath your lips 2 or 3 ways that this food tastes in your mouth. So I'm going to write buttery. You write right now 2 or 3 ways. Buttery, salty. Oh, I think I'm going to describe the texture too. I'm going to erase this a little bit and write crunchy, because when I bite into popcorn, I think, wow, it is so delicious and crunchy. Buttery, salty, and crunchy describes the way popcorn tastes when I eat it. Okay, if you need more time to write your facts or your senses and what the food tastes like in your mouth to you, pause the video. You can pause between any time, right? All right, the next thing I'd like us to think about is hearing it. When you hear it, what do you hear? If it's spaghetti, you might hear slurp. Or if it's a brownie, you might hardly hear a sound at all, just a little tiny crunch when you bite in. If you are tasting ice cream, you might hear drip, drip, drip. What do you hear when you think of your food? Oh man, popcorn makes quite a lot of noise. So draw a little ear here It's okay if your ear is not perfect. And please write the way that your food sounds. The way that popcorn sounds is crunchy and loud when I eat a handful, crunchy. Choose two ways. Try to think of two ways the food could sound. You could even think of the way the food might sound if it landed on the ground, right? What does the food sound like? Crunchy and loud when I grab a handful, especially if you're in the movies, right? It sounds like everyone can hear you. Okay, so crunchy and loud when I grab a handful. What does your food sound like? Remember, you can pause anytime to write the way that your food sounds. All right, next up is the touch. If you touch your food, what does it feel like? Well, their popcorn feels maybe not quite the same as it would feel to eat spaghetti, right? Okay, so the feeling. So the feeling I get, so you can just draw a little hand there. And the feeling that I get is that it is light and squishy. The touch is light and squishy. I might even say sharp because occasionally popcorn kernels cannot get fully popped and they are a little bit sharp. Sometimes they get stuck in my teeth. Sharp. Please write 3 ways that your food feels. We only have 2 senses left. Do you know what they are? If you said the sense of sight, that's one we're missing. Okay, how does it look? Oh, popcorn, how does it look? Draw a little eye there. How does it look? I would say that popcorn looks white and fluffy like a cloud. White. Oh, I forgot to write in blue. Let me pull out my blue pen. White and fluffy like a cloud. It could be yellow, right? It looks small. Please write 2 or 3 ways that your tasty treat looks. Let's pull this down now. So I said it's white, fluffy like a cloud, small. You might want to put bullet points on here like this so that you can separate your thoughts. This is a brainstorm, so it does not need to be extremely neat. When you do your next draft, which will be when you write tomorrow, then I would like your work to look a little bit neater. Okay, so we have taste, we have hearing, we have the sense of touch, we have the sense of sight, and the only one we need is the sense of smell. The sense of smell. So I'm going to draw a nose and write how popcorn smells. Okay, I would say that popcorn can smell buttery, and sometimes if you leave it in the microwave too long, it can smell burnt. So I'm going to write buttery and burnt. Because sometimes it does smell buttery and sometimes it smells burnt. So today your job, my friend, is to make a brainstorm like this, use your 5 senses, and describe a tasty treat that you really love. Now, ordinarily I let you choose a topic of your own choice, but today I'd like you to challenge yourself to create this this mind map, and we are going to then write tomorrow about our tasty treat, and hopefully it will apply to your other writing in the future, that you'll think about the details that you add and how you can make the experience of reading your writing more visual for the person who's reading it. It will be like they're right there with you and experiencing what you're experiencing if you use your five senses in your writing. All right, I look forward to working more tomorrow. Bye.